The Chicago Bears worked out 8 players today at Halas Hall, and we're going to break down each of these guys and what the significance of these workouts were. My name is Harrison Graham. You are watching Chicago Bears Now, and listen, this is why you subscribe to the channel. When Bears news drops, we're going to drop a video here on this channel. When major news drops, we'll go live. This is more in the minor category, so just hitting you guys with a video here, but live every Monday and Thursday, and game day videos every single day. Subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you are always in the know when it comes to the Chicago Bears. Brad Biggs had the note of these 8 players that wide receivers Kearis Jackson, Cornelius Johnson, Jordan Kerley, and David Wallis worked out. Also, quarterback Gavin Hardison, tight ends Armani Rogers and Joel Wilson, and defensive back Damarion Williams. Biggs did add this note of tryouts early in the season are routine, and in many cases they are opportunities for a team to evaluate players in order to update free agent emergency lists or consider potential practice squad moves. I think that last part of it, especially for a couple of these receivers, which we'll explain why, maybe a potential practice squad addition here. So let's go ahead and get into it here. Kearis Jackson, we kick things off with here. He and 2 more of these players all have something in common, and what that is that they have kick return experience. We'll kind of dive into that a little bit. I think his workout in particular is to bring in a potential workout option. We'll get to the other returners in a second. Let's go to Cornelius Johnson here. I'm guessing a lot of you guys have heard of him. Big Ten country there in Chicago, played his college ball at the University of Michigan and did some good things, over 2,000 yards in his collegiate career. And I remember when he was coming out, I was like, I kind of like this guy. He's fast. He's a big body. He gives you some yards after the catch. I remember his NFL Combine really stood out, and you look at his math bomb, credit math bomb here on Twitter. Green is good. That means he's big, he's fast, he's athletic. I think he was listed at just under 6'3" and like 215. He ran a 4.44 in the 40. He's got good size and speed combo. And with the guy like Rome Odunze, who might miss a game or two, they haven't ruled him out yet. First injury report tomorrow. Could he be a guy you put on the practice squad regardless of Odunze's status and see if he's got a little something? I mean, he's only 23, 24. He's got good athletic profile. We know the Bears value that. Jordan Kerley, another player in that return category. We'll go ahead and drop David Wallis into this discussion as well because Jackson, Kerley, and Wallis, that's what they all have in common. They all have return experience in college. Now, Wallis had a nice return for the Patriots here in the preseason. Jackson has some experience in the NFL. I think the Titans maybe a couple of years ago. He had 6 or 7 kickoff returns filling in for an injury they had at that time. And it just got me thinking, I'm like, why are they working out multiple returners today? Could it be because they're done with Velus Jones, at least as a kick returner? I mean, obviously, Velus isn't a punt returner anymore, but with DeAndre Carter as your punt returner, he's your lead kickoff returner too. But you might need a backup option in case there's an injury. Maybe they've just decided as a team and a front office and a coaching staff that they're not going to put Velus back there anymore. I don't know that to be the case. I just found it interesting that they worked out 3 kickoff return specialists. Maybe you bring in one of these guys onto the practice squad in case something happens to Carter or in case you want to elevate someone on game day to give you another kickoff return option. I don't know that to be the case, but it did feel pretty notable to me that 3 of the 8 workout players, tryout players, all have return experience. And then I think the Johnson one is more of, okay, well, if Rome's going to miss some time, he's got size and speed like Odunze does. Maybe he's a guy that if he shows something in this workout, we'll put on the practice squad. I want to hear from you. Would you give Velus Jones another chance at kick returner? Would you do it? Would you give him one more chance? Type Y for yes, type in for no. I don't see how you really can. I mean, if it was 2 years ago and you're not expecting to win, that's one thing. You're trying to find developmental pieces. But like Ryan Poles said on Hard Knocks, it's time to win. It's time, he said it's going to be hard to keep certain players. They kept him. I'm not saying he can't still have a role, but he's clearly not your punt returner. I don't see how you can have him as your kick returner. And by the way, DeAndre Carter had a 67-yard return, so I'm typing my in for no. All right, we'll talk about the other workout players here in just a moment. But first, shout out to Game Time for sponsoring today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. Football season is here, and it's time to get off the couch, go watch your favorite teams play. I love watching games live at stadiums, especially big-time college football. I've used Game Time on numerous occasions to go watch my alma mater, TCU, play. They have a new feature, Game Time Picks, which makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play much easier. It'll filter out the fluff to show you the best deals on the best seats, so you don't have to trickle through thousands of tickets. Whether you're getting tickets for a sporting event, concert, comedy show, or anything else, Game Time has you covered with views from the seats, super deals, which are the best bang for your buck, and last-minute tickets for the lowest prices guaranteed. So download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS, it's all one word, CHATSPORTS, to get you $20 off your first purchase only right now. Code CHATSPORTS, $20 off. Terms do apply. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. All right, this was an interesting one. Gavin Hardison, who I actually watched a little bit a few years ago at UTEP. He led them to their first bowl game in a long time, did some decent things. Now, you look at his collegiate stats, and you're like 53%. Well, his first year when he didn't play much, he was sub 50. So it got a little better. He was never like a 65 guy, but mid-high 50s the last couple of years there at UTEP. He got hurt his last season, bounced around, or was on a team in the preseason as well. Did some okay things, though, for a program that does not bring in a lot of talent. But I'm like, why are you working out this quarterback? I mean, he's obviously not a threat to be on your 53. Are you trying to push Austin Reed a little bit? Is there some connection that I'm not making? Maybe it's just as simple as you needed someone to throw to the receivers that you tried out. That's probably my best guess. If they didn't have a coach that could throw those, I mean, you're not going to have Austin Reed probably be the tryout quarterback for these guys working out. That's the only thought I had, because I don't think you need to bring in a fourth QB right now, but certainly notable, and a guy who had a lot of experience in college. Couple of tight ends here. We'll start with Armani Rogers, who probably has the most relevant NFL experience among, or at least one of the guys with the most relevant NFL experience. Had 5 catches for 64 yards back in 2022, was a college quarterback, transitioned to tight end in the NFL. You only have 3 tight ends on the active, 1 on the practice squad. Maybe you're going to go a little more tight end heavy because Rome Odunze's down for a couple weeks. Who knows? But he does have NFL experience, so that one did catch my attention. Joel Wilson has not played in the NFL, but another tight end, more of a blocking type. So we'll see if he brings anything to the fold for Chicago, but Rogers is certainly one who caught my attention. And then Damarion Williams, kind of like Rogers, decent amount of NFL experience and with a good team. He was with Baltimore for 2 seasons and played in 15 games with the Ravens in 2022 and in 2023. I think 13 or 14 of those were in 2022, just played a game or 2 last year with Baltimore, but that's a good defense he's been on, mostly a special teamer in that time, but filled in occasionally on the back end as well. So there you have it, 8 workouts today at Halas Hall. Like Big said, sometimes you're just, building contact lists here. Players get hurt throughout the season. I think, hey, remember that guy we worked out 3 weeks ago? Let's add him to the practice squad. We're a little thin at tight end this week. Some of this is general procedure. I still go back to the returner thing, though. I'm like, it's a little interesting to me. How many of these players have you heard of? Be honest. Before the list came out today, I would say it was 2, 3, or 4 for sure. Hardison, Armani Rogers, and then Cornelius Johnson. After that, I'm trying to think if I'd heard of any of the other guys. Damarion Williams as well. So 4 out of 8. Listen, I'm not going to BS you guys. Sometimes you see these tryouts and you're like, who the hell is that guy? So you have to look into it, and that's why I subscribe, because I'm bringing you that information. All right. Here's what we got coming up over the next couple of days. Players who must step up with Rome Odunze potentially missing time. We'll drop that video in the morning unless there's a breaking news situation. Wednesday's injury report will come out in the afternoon, so we'll have that video covered Wednesday afternoon. We'll go live on Thursday as well with the latest updates, latest injury reports, getting you ready for Sunday. Then any other news, updates, rumors that drop between now and kickoff, we'll have that all covered as well. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. It is Chicago Bears Now by Chat Sports. My name is Harrison Graham. Thanks for tuning in to this video. We'll see you guys soon. Bear down.